My name is Temi. It is time for Dream Abode. I have a friend in the studio today. Her name is Architect Tosin Oshinowo. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
We're going to be talking about how to visualize your dream home. What age do you think someone should start considering owning a home?
Ideally, if you have a young family, or just as you're about to get married, is an ideal time to actually consider getting a permanent place. You have people in their mid-30s who do not own homes. Even when they do get married, they end up in rented accommodation. But what would be great is actually to own your own home that early so that you live in the home with your children. Most children will leave home around 16, 17, 18. They're already on their way out. Once you go off to university, you're not at home as often. So if you haven't had those years in the home, by the time someone in their mid-50s is buying a home and the children are on their way out, it's almost a shame because that happy energy of being able to live in the home and have those memories growing up are not there. If you wanted to build a bungalow, if you are doing it directly, where you're actually controlling the process and doing direct labor, I think you should be looking in the region of about 40-45
million or 1,000 naira?
No.
Sister, let's say they're good. 45. The cost of land is like 800k, then the cost of the house is 45. What's the point? Because I don't think I will spend that money like that.
You probably
Because if you're spending 1 million a year for a rent, 45 million, 45 years. I'll die by the what else am I looking for here? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Talk to me.
I wanted to ask, you said something about direct labor. What does that mean?
The reality is that anybody going into any business is going to have their markup for running the business on your behalf. A lot of clients nowadays, especially when it comes to building homes, will say to the contractor, I want to buy all my lights. Even though I have given the figure, there are ways that you can bring it down, but you have to be realistic. You know, people go themselves and procure from out of Nigeria and they bring it in. Again, you reduce the profit margin of the person who brings it to Nigeria themselves to sell.
And then your building engineer, you just pay him his fee, but buy most of the stuff.
If you are, yes, you can do it on a contract basis where you say, I pay you for your time. I want you to manage this process for me, but I will buy all my material.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
My name is Olga, I'm an architect. I don't quite agree that the bungalow will cost that much.
Okay.
Another thing too that matters is the type of finishing you want to use.
Okay.
If I'm importing my marble from Portugal or from Spain, it's going to cost more. Even buying the marble locally. A lot of people do not believe in consultants.
Okay.
People go more with fashion than what they need.
Okay.
We live in the tropics. There are certain roof types that will increase your cooling costs. They are not even good for your project, but people still go for it because it's fashionable. So you have all these big plenty issues around, but if you have the consultants that know what they are doing and are also true to themselves and to you, you shouldn't spend that much to build a bungalow.
All right. Okay. How much would you say it will cost?
17 million.
17 million. All right.
What he rightly said, finishing is very important, and predominantly a good 30 to 40% of your build cost actually is determined by your finish. You know, what do they want to have? Where do they want to be in this house for 15, 20 years? Do they want to make it as palatial as possible, or do they just want something that is a roof over their head and they know they can financially grow?
If I make 100,000 a month, even though I've hustled and I've got a plot of land, how can I build that plot of land if it costs so much to build it?
The engaging of any consultants is an important part of a project. The reality is if you do things properly, they can actually help you to save money. When you engage a consultant, they engage either based on a rate for their time or they engage based on a percentage of the value of your project.
I've heard of that. How much percent do you people take?
To that.
10?
It's less than that, yes.
So they just say it's 10%. You'll be taking 4.5 million of my hard-earned sweat.
But it's also
to
including
draw a
engineers.
table and a chair inside my bedroom. I think I'm in the wrong line of business.
Anything that involves your maintenance cost coming down is added value at the beginning of your project. It comes at a capital cost, but long term it adds value. And our job is to say, listen, this is where we start, and we can now get it to what is realistic for you.
So in terms of interior design, how does that work as well? Is it based on commission or?
No, interior design is actually a lot more flexible than the actual profession of actually taking a building from beginning to end. Most cases when interior designers come in and work on a project, they will work with you to get a look and then a budget, and then they will charge a fee based on what the finished product will be. Whereas usually when an architect comes in as a professional, you get paid for a service at the start of the project.
What is a terrace building? I don't know what that is. What is a fully detached, a semi-detached, a triple detached, all those detached words people use, you know. What kind of bedroom should I have? What's the point of a master and a slave bedroom? What is a master bedroom? Just a big one.
Master bedroom is the
For the master.
Well, funny enough, I'm not sure why that
such a
term
stupid
is.
term.
It just means it's the head of the home's bedroom.
So if I'm the payer of the building, I say, husband, please go to the slave bedroom. We'll be back next week, hopefully, if my village people have not caught up with me by then. I really hope they won't.
The person now, Yahoo, now I'm robber.
You can use us as an example.
At what age do you graduate from university?
The only problem is that the youth these days, they're not patient. They just